And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third coming of Breaking the Fourth Wall. I am now back after elbow dropping my jacket Ric Flair style, and if you're listening to this, we probably sound a little bit happier than usual. It's quite a change actually. Mr. Burns has just come back from actually watching me do a match. It wasn't a wrestling match, otherwise I'd be in hospital because I can't even elbow drop my jacket properly, never mind the person. But
Just wish I had it recorded.
yeah,
Just for the millions in attendance.
yeah, it was quite entertaining. But so we're recording this a little bit later time on a Saturday night. So we're a little bit happier. So hopefully it should come across like that. I just need to chuck a couple of disclaimers out there at the moment. If you haven't noticed from the last couple of episodes, I am a little bit swear happy. My colleague isn't. He's quite controlled, so you actually get used to him. He's quite kid friendly, so if a kid's listening to it, just please be advised. I swear a little bit. I don't notice it. It doesn't seem that much, but I've been told the last episode was a little bit more than it possibly could have been. So I'll try to contain it, but if not, I do apologise. Don't take it personally. And the views of the show were of me and the Mr. Funk's old brother, Ernest the Cat Miller. Sorry, I mean Matt Burns. So we're going to jump straight in. Again, it's the same place we usually start. We're going to have a look at Raw. Overall general opinions.
I thought from the way it coming into it, it was not a bad Raw. It was not a bad Raw, but it wasn't amazing for a follow for Extreme Rules.
Yeah, it was a bit meh.
A bit
like,
lackluster.
There was good, and then there was bad.
Yeah.
And then there was just there.
No. Not there, just it happened.
Yeah, it was. I was a bit disappointed because, like, for the last couple of weeks, we've had a good, solid Divas match with Paige being involved.
Yeah.
Not one Divas match.
Yeah, I was disappointed to see that myself because I thought, well, you've got the Divas champion. She's been taken off NXT as their champion, so they're trying to find out their champion. You know, who's going to be their champion. So because she's now on the main roster, but what are they doing now? Is she definitely wrestling on SmackDown? Is she on main events?
Supposedly, I think she's on main event. I'm not sure. I might try to check that while we're recording if she's on main event or not. But I haven't had that much of a chance to check out the supposed C shows as such, like Superstars, main event. You know,
you mean the shows that are on the WWE network that most lucky, unfortunate UK fans can't watch.
No,
unless you know how to do certain things with the DNS settings.
Yes, but as we're sure aware, we fully support Microsoft and their ways of making money from us hard-working British citizens. You expletives.
Yeah.
So we're pushing on. So we'll have a look at the first match from Raw.
Yep.
Which was the 20-man battle royal.
Yeah.
Overall thoughts on the battle royal?
I like the idea that they were stacking up the odds against the current champion, which seeing as he's never defended it.
But my problem with the booking of this, like, you might understand this a little bit more than me. Like, they didn't want to make him weak. Like didn't want to book him to look weak and lose in the match, but they had him go out like last.
I can understand that. They wanted him to look strong like a proper fighting champion. But they had the odds against him because he'd already been in a match.
I know, but it would have made more sense for the 19 people to chuck him over and then them 19 to fight over for themselves.
Yeah, it would have invented more because, well...
It would have added more to the story.
Yes and no. Yes, because it would have looked really unfair, but then straight away...
He doesn't look weak. If he's chucked out by 19 people, he does not look weak.
True.
I don't give a damn what you say.
If he's doing a fight, the way he's done it, it hasn't done too much of damage.
No, but he could have set up the storyline of Triple H saying you either adapt to survive or you
perish.
Or you are a victim of evolution and perish.
Yeah. I don't quite agree with who the new champion is.
reports have come out. I don't know if you've had a look or not. You've been quite busy doing a couple of charity gigs and everything. That there are talks of having a unification match while they're over here in the UK of our good old friend Bed and Breakfast or Bad News Barrett versus Sheamus.
That'd be a good match.
For the unification. It'd be a slogfest of a match.
But then again, when isn't it with them pair?
That'd be a good main event for England.
But straight away, the only person I can see taking that is B&B.
Yeah.
Because if they give it it's weird actually, because if they give it B&B, he's done the unified one. But if Sheamus takes it, then that opens B&B's more options for more the bigger stuff. But
it'll hurt Bad News Barrett more than it'll hurt Sheamus to lose. Because if Sheamus loses, he can then move into Evolution while Batista takes out his break to go film Guardians of the Galaxy, which actually makes sense.
No, that's already been filmed.
Yeah, but he's got promoted, hasn't he?
Well, true, yeah. True.
So I do apologise. Don't filming, I mean promoting Guardians of the Galaxy. So if they move Sheamus in, and then they can swap him out for Batista.
You need someone to fill in Batista's possession.
So like they're swapping out Muscle for Muscle Brawler.
Well, they've got to fill in somebody because there's supposedly rumoured that Batista was meant to be fighting Bryan or something soon, and he didn't want to.
Well, it isn't that. He was promised money, and he isn't getting paid the same amount. So there's rumours that he might not make he might not do the 2 years that his contract is. Which, if he doesn't, it's no major miss. I suppose Mason Ryan might get his call back up sooner than everyone expected.
Oh, I honestly thought that was Batista.
Yeah, and if anyone's watched TNA recently and you've watched that news table, the person that's got more muscles than more muscles than Brussels, it isn't Mason Ryan. That's Rob Terry. If anyone's wondering.
I will say this to you though: the one thing with Mason Ryan that he's got over Batista, he's actually got more of a humour. He actually plays along with the humour. Because can you remember when they were making the fact that Batista was coming back, and so I saw a main that someone says that put it over Mason Ryan as Batista, and then what did Mason Ryan do on Twitter? Literally wrote a note saying, "I am Batista."
But overall thoughts of the Battle Royal. I thought it was a nice way to get everyone out there.
Yeah.
Kofi Kingston didn't have his spot, which I was a little bit disappointed about.
Especially because he's synonymous.
Yeah, with Battle Royals.
Or Royal Rumbles.
I thought Mark Henry and Big Show overstayed the welcome in there.
Yeah. I think for how long they've been there, that it's okay for them to have a bit of more of a push because they've been heavyweight champions and whatnot. But at the moment, they seem to be in the phase of having to push other talents. Yeah. Which, if you're in that boat, then they needed to push them a little bit more. Yeah. But the one thing I've always said with big guys, you have to have multiple people taking them out, unless you got people like Goldberg, Roman Reigns, and whatnot, the likes of them.
I was also disappointed that we can see Zack Ryder in this, but we can't see JTG. Actually, no, we did. I think he might be in that bunny outfit later on in the night. So,
that's anybody, that is. That could be anybody. But then again, JBL was golden.
Yeah, we'll actually get to the Adam Rose segment later because I actually want to know if my colleague noticed who else was in the Exotic Express because he might not have noticed.
I don't think I might. I don't know. I might not have.
So, moving on a little bit quicker into the show, we've got Stephanie McMahon congratulating Daniel Bryan on the win, but all he's done is just anger Kane a bit more. Yep. This is possibly leading up to Buried Alive at Payback.
It's rumoured to be Buried Alive, which, to be honest with you, someone did a mock-up video poster of Triple H changing the sledgehammer to a shovel, and Triple H has actually gone on Twitter saying he might actually change it to it because he likes it more. Which it was more of a plug against him, but the fact is, if it's going to be about a live match, I think a shovel would have been a lot more better.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Buried Alive with Daniel Bryan's gimmick because he's a wrestling machine. He isn't a hardcore machine, and you know, if you're going to write Kane off, why not write him off in an Inferno match or something, or like Hell in a Cell?
They've done that. I think. They're trying to find I think that they're trying to push Bryan to see what he can't do.
because Kane's never lost a buried alive match, and I don't think he should because it kind of suits his gimmick.
Unless you get somebody else involved in it.
Who else is going to get involved in it?
Taker.
Why?
It's a possibility.
Taker's broken. It'd take Taker half an hour to get out there.
Good point. Well, they don't necessarily have to end it. Well, I can see your point.
Because Kane's also going to be off promoting a new film, See No Evil 2.
Yeah, I would know about it, and that would be the perfect way of doing it.
Yeah, but there's also better ways like stretcher match, ambulance match.
He's done stretcher matches with Cena. Inferno, he normally comes back.
There's better ways to write it off because I don't think Buried Alive belongs in this environment.
I think it's more of just the fact that they're after the shock and awe, which is what you need now and again. Shock and awe.
So I can see that. So yeah, we'll probably discuss that more over the next couple of weeks on how we feel. I aren't completely sold on Buried Alive yet.
I'm half and half because it depends. It depends on how far they're going to push the envelope. Are we going to actually see them push the envelope, or if not?
Yeah, it depends. So just cover a couple of quick matches that happened. RVD versus Cesaro. RVD won by disqualification.
Oh, I saw there. And at first I thought...
What do you think of the triple gut wrenches?
Oh, that's impressive. That is impressive. I've actually done a gut wrench. And
a triple gut wrench?
No, I've actually done a gut wrench. And where you hear on the commentary saying, you've got no leverage, wrestling fans don't understand what he is right. You've got no leverage for the lift because you've got the full weight on your wrist, and the fact that he threw him, still kept his hands collapsed, and literally deadlifted him off the canvas 3 times.
And that's why his moniker is the Swiss Superman.
It's more fitting for him. I'll say this now, that move, it's very draining. It's very draining, and it looked like even though he's doing it on RVD, who's not exactly the heaviest guy in the world,
he's good 240.
You can see he wasn't jumping or anything. You can see Cesaro was literally lifting the full bronze and swinging him around like a rag doll.
So we'll go through that, and I was a little bit disappointed with the finish, but doesn't hurt either of them.
Actually, I think that did more. It showed a streak in Cesaro.
Yeah.
And it was clever that they had Heyman literally saying to him, "Stop! You don't want to get suspended. You don't want to get suspended." I thought it was quite clever because it shows that Heyman is sort of looking out for his clients, which is what you need you need him to do in his position.
Yeah, and then after that we had a nice the Wyatt family promo against Cena. Cena will send a response at main event. If you haven't seen it, we'll try to post a video up. I'll actually try to do it this time. I do apologise. I said I'd do one last week, but I completely got sidetracked because I've had a couple of pool matches come up, and I've been playing 5. I've played practically every night this week. So I've been quite busy.
So you've been busy doing pool matches, and I've been busy wrestling.
Yeah.
Getting bruised.
So it's we are going to do more work on the side.
There is going to be more work done. Don't worry.
And then moving on, we've got Ryback versus Cody Rhodes. Another match teasing the Brotherhood dissension. It's the same as last week. This should be a match for a Big Four. I've heard it on another couple of shows that have been talking about it the last couple of weeks, and people agree. Like if you look on the internet, family rivalries should be a Big Four.
Yeah.
So slow burn it till SummerSlam.
Which they seem to be doing because if I know one of the results of the main event, Goldust went up against Curtis Axel
and squashed him, I think, didn't he?
And won.
Yeah. So it needs to be the slow burn. If Cody's doing it, Cody's going as a heel. Which, if that's trying to do what they're doing on the JBL and Cole show, I don't know if you watch the JBL and Cole show. Yeah. Well, Bad News Barrett and Cody Rhodes are together, and they are incredibly funny together.
Yeah, I think out of the two of them, though, I would have expected if they were going to split them off, Goldust to be the heel.
No.
But
Goldust is a legend is going to get cheated either way.
But the way things have been going, Cody Rhodes can get heat. naturally. Where Goldust, as you said, he's a legend. So I'd say they seem to be doing the right format. If it is heading that way.
So after that, we have Daniel Bryan and Brie in the back. The lights go off after Stephanie comes in and warns to stay there until the match later on tonight.
Yep.
Lights go off and a Kane mask over a lamp comes on.
Yeah.
A little bit childish for me. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I like
it's insulting our intelligence.
yeah, it's insulting our intelligence. Like, how does the mask get there without you noticing?
Exactly. I think that's more aimed at the kids.
Yeah, but even the kids are going to go, well, surely Kane must have been in there. They're not blind.
Or exactly, yeah.
So the next one, we have Cinco de Mayo celebration in honour of Alter Rito's win.
Yeah.
Just watch the segment. Anything that gets 3MB time, I am more than happy with.
I can't agree more. 3MB. They might be like a heel stable, but they are brilliant.
I'm actually hoping we see the Union Jacks in a couple of weeks.
That'd be ace. That was brilliant when they did that. What's next now?
Rusev Crush.
Ooh, yes. With your favourite person, Lana.
Yeah, we have the ravishing Russian Canadian Lana and Alexander Rusev, who has now been converted from the Bulgarian brute to the Russian immigration person. If you watch the intro, she says he's now a fully converted Russian, which makes a bit more sense if they're going to pledge his allegiance to Putin. Using the Ukraine situation. A couple of people don't agree with how they're using the current politics, but if you look at some of the great heels that have worked that are foreign,
bear this in mind. One of the biggest moments in WWE history. And this was his only one time as WWE champion, Sergeant Slaughter.
That's what I was just about to get to.
When he turncoated during the.
And he was an Iraqi sympathiser.
Trust me, people on this note this. When he says he was actually getting death threats, he really, really was getting death threats. He was, he was glad that once the thing was over. That segment was over, they could sort of move on from it.
Yeah, but like anything that's worked, like a bit more recent. If you look at Mohamed Hassan, what a heel!
Amazing heel, but I thought they did too much of a damage unintentionally during.
Unintentionally, he would have been the best heel they've had for a while if they didn't try to push it too far, and it wasn't his fault. It was actually Creative's fault.
Yeah. And
Creative should actually hold their hands up to that. And
he lost the flavour of wrestling, didn't he?
Yeah, he's now a teacher, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, if you listen to this, come back, we miss you.
We do miss that. I've got to say, I do miss that character because it was refreshing. And what did they do to take him out? Have him, what was he, powerbomb to the announced?
The Great American Bash by The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Through the stage.
One way of doing it, but I just don't think it should have been done that way.
No. So, Rusev crushes Kingston.
What'd you expect?
Which happens again on SmackDown if anyone wants it spoiling.
Rusev, beast. That's the only way of saying it.
Big Taz.
What?
He's a big Taz.
Yes, he is, but there's something else about him.
He's got like a mixture between Perry Saturn and Taz. If them two could have a love child, it'd come out about 6 foot tall, 6 foot wide, and go crush.
No. That's the manager.
So moving on to the next match.
That's the manager saying crush.
Yeah, but Rusev. That heel kick he does, so quick.
It's sudden, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I've been hit by one. Even from a lighter bloke. It still hurts. So from him, it's got to knock your teeth out.
Oh, yes.
It's got to knock a few teeth out.
So
if I was ever up against him and he hit me with that, the first thing I'd be doing after the match is checking my teeth.
So moving on, we have Daniel Bryan versus Alberto Del Rio. Quite a quick match.
Yeah.
It was good, back and forth.
The one thing I've noticed with Alberto Del Rio, he's using a certain cool move that a certain Carlito Caribbean Cool used to use, but he's not using it as a finisher.
A backstabber by any chance?
Yes.
Well, it's the forward version of the Codebreaker
True.
that Chris Jericho used as a finisher.
True, but who used it first?
Well, Jericho used the Codebreaker first, but Carlito used the backstabber first.
Yeah.
So, but like the two different variations that can be done.
So what I'm saying to you is, if he's going to hit a backstab, I think a backstab is a finishing move.
But Carlito was a mid-carder at best. So if he did that against Cena or something,
No, I mean,
would it have
I'm not on about Cena, I'm on about Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah, I know, but Carlito only faced mid-card guys and
Good
lower
point.
card.
Good point,
Like,
good point.
WWE doesn't perceive them as having...
I do think the move is one that I've actually been hit by it, and I only survived it by literally grabbing the rope.
Yeah, but I see people do it in the indies, and people in the indies kick out of it loads of times.
That's some of the indie stuff. Where with me, if you've had someone knee you, two knees in the spine.
Oh, I understand where you're coming from, but
trust me, it's just painful.
So I noticed this match had a lot of kicks in it.
Oh, of course, it's
A lot
Alberto.
of mean, straight, stiff kicks.
It will be. It will be cool. Well, if you think about it, you got Alberto Del Rio, who's got his. He's a little bit of a history lesson for you. He's got his UFC background.
And he's also got Roman Gecko wrestling background.
Yes, that's from his UFC. That's from his UFC days.
Yeah.
Because he went up against a UFC fighter of Croker, and he got hit by the deadly foot. And I've seen it. Believe me, it's not pretty. But the fact is, he gave that a go before he
yeah.
which basically says he knows what he's doing with certain kicks and certain submissions. Then you got Daniel Bryan on the other hand, the submission specialist. I would have expected this match to be more of a submission, but also with some kicks as well. But it was good that they did what they did.
I reckon that Bryan could get away with Dean Malenko's old moniker.
Yeah.
Because he really is the man of 1,000 holds. If WWE let him use him.
Yeah, but they won't.
Because he's got the cattle mutilation submission hold that I haven't seen him use that often.
Yeah, I've actually had that done on me. It looks ridiculous, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Reality, it hurts. It hurts so much. You think, is it just on the arms? No, it hurts the arms and your shoulder blades.
Yeah.
It's literally almost popping out your shoulder blades while also putting the strain on the muscle of your arms. It is painful.
But if they give him chance, I reckon that he could have Dean Malenko's moniker.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a shame that Daniel Bryan isn't 10 years older, where we could have seen him versus Dean Malenko, or Dean Malenko isn't 10 years younger.
Well, technically, I still think he could go.
I do, but they won't have it.
I know.
You know, it'd be like an Indies Wet Dream match, because that would be a quality bell to bell.
If not, here's another indie dream. Daniel Bryan versus Lance Storm.
That'd be quite a nice match. The super kick versus the normal kicks.
Yeah. That'd be good, wouldn't it? And the fact that you also got the fact that Lance Storm also had some submission moves himself.
Yeah, the single leg Texas Clover Leaf as well.
As well.
Yeah, and the single leg.
Yeah.
But there's loads of people. If Daniel Bryan was round in Shawn Michaels' era,
Oh, definitely.
he could have had loads of good matches. Like him versus Shamrock would have been a nice match.
That would have been quite stiff.
Yeah, would have been stiff, and if you put them two in a line stand.
Him versus Steve Blackman.
Yeah. Like, if you watch some of Blackman's old stuff before he got silly.
I thought when he caught Jeff Hardy off the barricade. Ooh. Anyway.
But moving on, we've got Bryan and Brie after the match. Kane lights the pyro. They run for it. Some stupid horror stuff where the card doesn't start. Bryan goes under the hood, plugs his spark plug back in, and Kane pops up somehow without them not being able to see him on the back seat. For fuck's sake, he's 7 foot tall. How do you not notice he's on the back seat? I'm pretty sure if he lay across lengthwise, he's bigger than the car.
He is. He's a monster, and the fact that he's wearing bright red.
Yeah. And Bree scream like, if you're gonna scream, give it some effort, woman.
No.
Daniel,
Help me! See, it seems like the. I think. I could go into such a subject now. Was she really crying for Daniel Bryan, or was she crying for a superhero, John Cena?
we want Cena.
I didn't do that.
So
Because he is literally been nicknamed the Superman of the WWE, even
Yeah.
though we would have got the Swiss Superman, Cesaro.
So moving on.
Moving on.
Really bad screams, and then Daniel Bryan runs Kane off the car, stops, checks he's okay, and then allows him to chase after the car again. Why? No!
No!
If he falls off the back, drive off. Do you know he's going to sit up?
It's almost. I think literally following the script of horror movies on what not to do.
Yeah.
It's like literally. I'm surprised they haven't literally followed that plot to the point. If you've ever watched a horror movie, have you ever always noticed that they don't exactly always, if they got a choice of either running out the door or running up the stairs, where do they run? Upstairs.
Yeah, like I just had a really bad Benny Hill theme tune going through my head during that whole segment.
Quite 13.
It was comical, but
That's
like
quite 13.
probably wasn't suitable for the the build up. Like I was expecting the lights go out and Brie to disappear, which would have been a little bit better.
Bit more sense, but it still
Yeah.
would have made it look stupid because of the appearing mask from earlier.
Yeah, but that's fine.
But then again, one thing that WWE do quite well is they always make sure you know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think if they did that, it would have proclaimed Kane supernatural powers.
So we had a rematch from Extreme Rules, Big E versus Bad News Barry. A little bit quicker match, still good, back and forth. Big E hit a really nice spear through the middle rope onto Bad News Barry,
Oh, I saw it.
which even Edge would have been proud of that spear.
I saw that myself, and I thought, he isn't going to win this back. Is he going to win this back?
It's good. It's a nice feud. The rumour is that John Cena wants to face Big E later on down the line after SummerSlam because Big E does some training at John Cena's gym and he actually holds the deadlift record.
Cena, yeah. You've both seen his deadlift.
I think it's 600 or 700 pounds, isn't it?
I think it might be more than that.
Yeah, but
It's astronomical numbers, seeing as he's actually out doing Cena.
yeah. So it's it'd be an interesting one because both of them are quite strong. It'd be interesting what they could pull out because both of them aren't technical machines. So it'd be interesting, like if they could pull out a nice 10-15 minute match.
I think they will. I think they'll be able to because not many people actually know with Big E. He is a very big. He is a big man, but he's quite. He knows how to wrestle because I've watched these thingy days. He's Florida Championship Wrestling days, and then onto his OVW days, and he's always been a good worker, good wrestler, and I think that'd be a good match.
So after that, we have a nice comedy relief segment. Zeb Coulter brings out a deportation list with some names on, and so that moves on, and then after that,
stop there for a minute. That deportation list, I couldn't believe the comment he had for
Sheamus and Page.
Is this how he came out with it? Oh, it was brilliant.
Sheamus and Page haven't seen the sun since 1996.
And
which would make Page 4. No,
exactly.
Sorry, 3 years old.
Idiot. No, but what was so funny about it is the fact that he was using the paleness. But I think that suits them.
Yeah.
It suits Page. It suits Sheamus. So come on, if they're going to mention Page's name on the deportation list, they should have had her on the show.
Yeah.
No hint there.
But moving on, after that, he was about to mention Adam Rose, I think, and then he comes out with the Rosebuds and the Exotic Express.
Well, if you think about it, do you know where Adam Rose is from?
South Africa.
Correct.
Cape Town, I think. He's by Justin Gabriel.
Yeah.
And then he offers Zeb a lollipop, but Zeb says no. Now, I did mention about 20 minutes ago to ask my colleague if he noticed who was in the Exotic Express,
It depends on which one.
the one that came out to the ring.
Yeah.
So, which past WWE superstar that is now like a head talent scout or a trainer actually turned up?
I actually don't know. I probably missed it
Um,
because I was too busy focusing on the humour of Zeb Coulter.
oh no, like the camera was firmly focused on him during the entrance.
Really?
Yeah.
Go on.
No, I want you to have a guess at someone.
No. Go on.
No, you got to guess at someone. I've got half an hour I can hold off this for.
How long has he been wrestling for?
He had an uncle in the wrestling business storyline wise, who used to be the Raw GM.
Oh, you got to be kidding me! No. Eugene?
Yes.
I don't believe that.
Go back, watch it tonight, and have a look if you can spot Eugene.
I've just done it in my head.
And Eugene is part of the Exotic Express.
You know how well my memory is as well, because you know I can actually picture that in my head.
Because it actually suits him, funnily enough. And there was a couple of NXT talents there.
Oh, of course.
Alicia Bliss, is it pronounced?
Yeah.
She was there. She did Triple H's entrance at WrestleMania as well.
Yes.
With a couple of the other parts of the BFFs.
Yeah.
So she was there in
Have
the
you actually seen them
Express.
wrestle?
Yeah, I've seen the BFFs.
They're good, aren't they?
They are. Charlotte's got loads of potential.
I think NXT's got loads of wrestlers. I've got plenty of potential. But let me just bring up one thing about NXT. Have you seen their main picture? What they've done?
No.
They did a rumble, and I wanted to know how they did it. 3 of them fall out at the same time.
Ah.
3.
Oh, Bo Dallas.
Nope.
Want it?
It wasn't.
Was one of them Sami Zayn?
Yes.
I think I've read about it. I can't remember the other two.
Tyler
Breeze.
And Tyler Breeze. Tyson Kidd.
Yeah, because
and I've actually seen...
Because Tyson Kidd becomes the #1 contender for the NXT title, I think.
What, for the triple threat?
After the triple threat, yeah.
Ooh. That'd be good. Ooh, Tyson Kidd against Adrian Neville.
Come on, Pac.
Ooh, nice touch there.
So, moving on to the main event, just very quickly, the Wyatt family versus the Shield, typical 6-man tag match.
What more can you say with that? The Shield versus the Wyatts.
It's a good match. Roman Reigns has a beautiful spot again, where he runs out the ring, ducks a clothesline, and then hits that kick onto the apron where he lands flat on the apron. That is a beautiful spot.
I've actually experienced that kick.
And he at least hits 3 Superman punches.
No, all I'll say to you is, I've experienced that drop kick on the outside, but the person who did it on me is not quite as big as...
I imagine he doesn't move like a linebacker either.
Probably not, but even so, it's still not nice. It's still not nice, but the fact that he hits that so natural, and it just looks like he just... When I saw that, it's just...
Game over.
Game over, pretty much.
But Evolution come out as they're about to go for the win for the Shield.
Yeah.
He hits Triple H with the Superman punch.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt hits him with the flying running crossbody sort of thing, cross block, and then it's Sister Abigail.
Nice.
And then Evolution, pound, squash, crush, and then triple powerbomb.
Roman Reigns.
Which was a nice touch, and then you actually see blood coming out of Roman Reigns' mouth, which I think was a blood capsule.
It could either be a blood capsule or it could be hard way, but...
I doubt it was hard way because he wrestles again.
From the look of it, it seemed more blood capsule.
Yeah. But, so there's your Raw recap. We're moving on. Last week, my colleague was just mentioning about EDW's next show. He got the date wrong, so he's just going to correct that now.
Basically, I got the date wrong. The actual date...
And he wrestles for these, by the way, folks, so he would have turned up there on his own and put on a 3-hour show for the janitor.
It'd be a good show.
So he would have had a half-star match with a broom because he isn't Ric Flair and he doesn't know how elbow drop a jacket.
I can still... hey, at least I know the difference between a wrist lock and a... Oh, for God's sake, I forgot that other line. At least I know the difference between a wrist lock and a wristwatch.
Congratulations, you got it second time. It lost its funniness.
Funny.
So
At least I don't get mixed up with a hammerlock and a ham sandwich.
one of them tastes good, and the other one looks good to watch if it's got Lana and Paige in. So you can make your mind up which one tastes good and which one looks good.
I like how you keep bringing up Lana. Is that because you've learned something about her?
No, it's fine. So go ahead and plug your British updates.
All I'm going to do is, with EDW, basically, their next show is actually on... This is going to be a creepy day. Friday the 13th.
Someone's getting injured.
And it's in June. And we've got a big main event for that one. They've got Edwards, who I faced the last show, who, as we've mentioned in the previous show, may have, literally hit me with a set of brass knucks. Not pretty. He's teaming up with the current champion. I believe he goes under several names. Michelangelo David is the one that he goes under in EDW.
Which is Dave Dalvecchio for anyone that actually follows his career, because I think he plays Dave Dalvecchio more widely. He does,
but in EDW he seems to be... Trust me, he seems to be on a stride. He's been beating the hometown guys, anybody who's been getting his way. But what surprised me is who they're up against. That's what surprised me. You got Joey Sanchez, who Dave Dalvecchio, Michelangelo's David, as EDW prefer to call him, defeated for the belt and re-beat him in the retitle match. And then you got Jamie Future, who's just returned from an injury, and yet Jamie Future and Sanchez have had a history with each other. They absolutely hated each other. I actually watched the match of theirs. It was a ladder match. And I will say this, it was one of the most brutal ladder matches I've ever seen. Period. And I've been in one. This was just brutal. This was just brutal carnage. But it's going to be nice to see how that goes along. We've got more other shows coming up. I've had Slam.
We've got Slam, which had a good charity event. I heard on Monday.
The first show that I believe it was the Sunday show.
Yeah, you did one on bank holiday as well for charity, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll get to that. Which was the Sunday show was for their birthday.
Yeah.
We had some great matches there, great party. The birthday kids all left home happy. Great show. The charity show, which was literally for the Teenage Cancer Trust.
Yeah.
It was for, I've got to say, great fun. Stephen Story. Have you ever heard of that? He was there. He turned up himself.
Wow.
He was there. I actually got a chance to have a chat with him.
So all proceeds went to the charity,
yeah,
and then all gates and everything like that.
Pretty much, yeah.
So a couple of good events there from the British scene, and
I've got to say, meeting that Stephen, trust me, believe me,
worthwhile for the day.
He's an inspiration. He's an inspiration. The fact that he even got in the ring after the show for a picture with all the wrestlers. Trust me. Just seeing him do that is just amazing.
Yeah.
For what he's been through.
Well, that's good news. And then also we got a PCW show soon with Hurricane Helms, Prince Devitt, and a couple of the big American stars coming over.
Oh yeah, and yeah.
So that's coming up soon. You can.
I believe it's got MVP Juventude, Chris Masters.
Yeah. So if you want to find out more about the show and you don't already follow the Preston City Wrestling, you can find them on our Twitter page. They actually follow us at Breaking the Fourth Wall, so thank you guys.
Thank you very much. We do appreciate that.
And if you can push us out so we get more people, we'd fully appreciate it. But
I will say, wrestling shows wise, one show that I've got to plug right now. It's the end of the month, United Wrestling. That show, I know I'm wrestling. I've seen my match. I'm against somebody who I've faced before, but his tag team partner is debuting, and also my tag team partner.
This should be good. This is the first time in this company you've ever teamed up, and quite potentially the first time you've ever teamed with him, I think.
It is correct. Bang on. We've always been on the opposite ends of each other, but it's gonna be nice to see.
I'm actually curious because I like both your theme songs. Which one are you using?
Come to the show and find out. I'm sorry.
I'll quite happily be there. If anyone is in the Stoke area and they want to come watch that night, it's up at Bidge Club in Longton.
Actually, I'll tell you what. How about with this? Okay, you just mentioned theme song. This isn't to actually pick the theme song, but if you've got any suggestions for us as a tag team, if you've followed us or whatnot, make some suggestions possibly.
Yeah, it'd be quite interesting to see suggestions for a theme song for a tag team. Bearing in mind, like, you just might want to do a bit of research on the characters. If you watch the videos, they're on YouTube.
Yep.
You can find them under United Wrestling. United Wrestling UK. If you go on, watch some good matches on there as well. And if you get a chance, I'm going to plug someone from there who is an absolute beast. I went watch him and I was thoroughly impressed. I sat there about 3 rows back with a pint, and I actually stopped drinking to watch the match because he was brilliant. And that is the German machine that is Heimlich.
Yes, and if I recall, he is Mr. Money in the Bank.
And the Celtic champion as well, isn't he? Oh,
no, that would be Barricade.
That's Barricade.
Yeah, the guy who almost put me, who you've seen almost put me through the ring.
Yeah, but Mr. Money in the Bank, who I'm hoping makes an appearance again soon. I'm a big fan of Heimlich.
Yeah, I believe...
He hits a beautiful German suplex.
Oh, modified German.
Absolutely beautiful. And a fisherman suplex as well.
Yes, he does.
Which was a work of art. If anyone gets a chance to watch it, it's £5 on the door. It's a good family night out. It's a good bar as well, and it's well worth it. If any of you want to come chat, you'll find us both there. It's probably one of the very few nights in the month that you'll find us both together. I don't wrestle, I just sit there, watch. Matt wrestles. If you're lucky enough, he might come and dance with you afterwards. But
well, technically, if you think about it, it's not about the dancing, because what I've also adopted now is I've come out with a pair of funky shades, as you've seen. I've started giving them a free pair away. It's every match. For every match.
Yeah, so if you come watch us, well, I say us, if you come watch him, and then if for some reason you want to come find me, have a chat about wrestling, I'll be there. I'll usually either be by the bar or sitting there having a drink. So I'm more than approachable.
Which is always good.
So we're moving on to one of the last things I want to cover today. It's a bit of a downside for wrestling, really.
It's a touchy subject because of the last name of this person. It's because of the past. We're not going to bring up what the proper, why this name's been tarnished. You'll know straight away from when we say it, but we're not even going to touch that subject because I think that would bring this tone down way too much.
For anyone who follows Stampede Wrestling, which is now run by, is it Stu? No, it isn't Stu Hart. It's
it's a Hart member.
Yeah, it's a Hart member. I think it's Brett's older brother.
Yes, it is.
Who runs it.
Yeah.
And they've just booked Chris Benoit's son. Well, they did book Chris Benoit's son in a tag team match.
I believe his name was, is it David?
I think it's David Benoit.
David Benoit.
They booked him in a tag team match to partner with Chavo Guerrero to go against 2 other people from the wrestling promotion.
Yeah. It's a very touchy subject because it seems like, I think what was so worrying about it is, it seemed like the name was being used to get people in. I'm not blaming the promoter for doing that because a promoter's got to do whatever he can to try and get as many people in.
The reason this is putting a touchy subject on it is because said person is not trained to wrestle at the moment.
Yeah.
He was due to go to Lance Storm's academy, but by recommendation of Triple H and William Regal.
Yep.
Who recommended, because they didn't want to put him through NXT because he was still studying, so they told him to go get wrestling training, finish education, go to Lance Storm. He enrolled for Lance Storm's academy, which is one of the best ones in the United States and Canada.
And I will actually highly recommend.
So if you want to get into wrestling and you've got enough money to go over to like Lance Storm, recommend it. He is one of the most technical people
Gifted
there,
wrestlers.
and it'd be a well worth experience. But David had the chance to go over there, didn't turn up.
Oh, he enrolled, but he didn't turn up.
Yeah, so he enrolled, didn't turn up. Now, this, surely the promoter would know this.
Yeah.
If he'd done his research, because surely, I don't know because I don't take booking, so this is where my colleague's knowledge will come in.
Yeah.
This is where we're going to break the fourth wall a little bit.
Yeah.
Because this isn't like following a gimmick, because we all know the outcomes are scripted and like it's an entertainment.
I'm not saying that.
Well, for most of us that watch it, we watch it for the entertainment and we're fans, we're able to suspend belief. So, like, you go there, you take the booking, and surely they must ask you, what wrestling experience have you got?
In some places, it's not about them asking you; they actually test you. In certain places, they have to test you. You either have to go to their training facility to see if you've got the knowledge of what they're after, or they've got to have some form of footage, video footage of you actually wrestling.
But
but there should be some background checks.
Yeah, but like I couldn't turn up at one of your shows tomorrow and fight a street fight match.
No.
Or like have a 10-minute match against someone, because I'd probably come out with a broken neck.
You'll either be seriously injured, or the other person will be serious. Somebody will be seriously injured, or it could be both. And it's the one thing I've got to say is there's a reason why there's wrestling training for wrestlers.
Like, it's everyone's livelihood, and if he hasn't took the time, like you obviously took the time to train, and now it's your, like, this is your livelihood. You earn your money by wrestling.
I've got to say, with wrestling, for some people, I believe a person once said to me, for someone to be on shows, they have to be wrestling. They have to be doing wrestling training at least between 6 months to a year. That could be considered the minimum, possibly. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
Everyone is different.
Different. It's a bit like driving. Everyone needs lessons. Certain people pass quicker than others.
Yeah, but you've got to have the training there.
Yeah.
If you don't have the training, it's a dangerous. I've been up against somebody who's had no experience, and it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Very dangerous.
But like I like, this is one of the Heart members. This is like a wrestling dynasty that's booked this bloke knowingly in a tag team match with no experience, and Chavo Guerrero's now pulled out because Chris Jericho's informed them, like, him and Chavo have been told two different things. Chris Jericho was told that he was there just for a like cameo, he wasn't actually wrestling, so why advertise a tag team match?
Yeah.
Chavo was told that the lad had a bit of wrestling experience and he was going to be a part of the match with Chavo.
Which, by proper promoter standards, that's not good for business.
No.
It's not, because if you're going to have someone there just for the name, then it's a cameo experience. You can do a cameo.
Yeah.
That's fine. But if you're putting someone in a match, the only way that could have been done, quite literally, is if that match was more of a handicap. Chavo was taking the beating, and then Benoit's son comes in. But even so, he'd have to have some wrestling experience on what he's doing.
Like, if they were doing something that's like, take example, we had Raw where we had Ziggler, Jackman, and
No, but come on.
Sandow.
I'll tell you this now. Jackman had experience.
Yeah, but
He'd had some training.
That's like comedy relief where he's just learnt a spot, they've practiced the spot, and he can get in, get out, and he's done his bit.
Yeah.
Like, if they'd done it that way, then I don't think there would have been all the commotion.
It wouldn't have been, exactly. But I think the one thing I will say with Jackman over that spot is he had a beautiful hip toss.
Yeah.
But
so, I wouldn't. It's
quite unusual.
It's put a bit of a downer on my week because, if anything, it's tarnishing the Heart's name.
A little bit, yeah. And that's a big name.
Yeah, it isn't like a small wrestling dynasty over there. That is like the wrestling family.
It's one of the wrestling families. One of them.
That's still one of the very few independent promotions over there that doesn't.
It should be recognised for its wrestling, but
yeah, that, like, you've got Dar, you've got Booker T's promotion. They're all recognised because the people have made it big. And it's a bit like Jerry Lawler's Tennessee wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, they're noticed because of the name, not as much of the wrestling.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. But the one thing I will say, though, they can move past this
yeah.
if they're smart.
If he sends out a disclaimer saying I wasn't aware and
You
practices have been put into place, then I think it can be brushed under the mat as an honest mistake.
you could say that, but I think the damage should have been done with all the argument online and,
Yeah.
the damage should have been done. The only way that they could possibly recover from this is for literally David Benoit to go through the proper training and then come into it.
Yeah, which I agree with. He should just go through the training, pay his dues, and then come out the right side and
Exactly.
And do his father
I
proud.
I think wrestlers have got to pay their due. If people want to be, not everybody can just jump in the ring and just go, "I'm a wrestler."
No,
You've got to pay your dues. If you don't, believe me, it's not a pretty sight.
but we wish Benoit's son all the best in his training.
Just as long as he literally puts in the effort to turn up to training and work hard.
And just on a side note, what do you reckon he'll use for his finisher if he goes through the training? He needs to stay away from the crossface.
Yeah, he needs to stay well away from that.
And the headbutt.
Headbutt, not so much because that's a thingy move.
He needs to stay away from the diving headbutt.
I wouldn't say he needs to stay away from it because that's more of a
That was
British
his dad's trademark set
It's
up.
one of his trademarks, but it's going to happen.
Yeah,
People
like,
are going to...
He just needs to develop his own style, and if he can, stay away from his dad's moveset.
Yeah.
Because...
It could do more damage.
Yeah, but as we say, good luck, and we hope to see you on telly soon.
And who knows if he's ever over there, if he's ever had the training and whatnot, and he's ever in Britain and whatnot, and we're on the same show or something. Hope everything goes well, and who knows?
Yeah. So
who knows?
We're moving on to Matt's favourite part of the show, which is the Mick Foley segment.
I believe that will be the cheap plugs.
It's cheap plugs. So if anyone wants to contact you, how can we contact you?
Well, they've got multiple ways of doing it. They can either contact me. What's it on the? I've always got to ask this because I know how much you enjoy it. You want to do it?
No, it's your Twitter account. You can happily go ahead with it, bad boy.
Oh, funny. Contact me at Matt Badboy Burns on Twitter. There's also my Facebook page, which is Matt Burns UK. You can contact me by email, which is literally mattburns04@hotmail.com. There's soon to be possibly a website coming up soon, but that's on hold because we've got so many projects and we want to try and push this one. So breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Which, as you already know, would you care to do the breaking the fourth wall ones?
Yeah. You can contact us at Breaking the Fourth Wall. When I say us, it's mainly me. So if you want to contact us at Breaking the Fourth Wall, it's if you're fans on Facebook, we're at Breaking the Fourth Wall on Facebook, and then on Twitter you can follow us at Wrestling's Fourth Wall.
Yeah.
And that's on Twitter. And you can also follow, well, if you want to contact us, you can find us on Outlook, which is bt4w@outlook.com. And I promised on the first episode that there'd be a couple of editorials coming out soon. We're just waiting for some, we're just trying to get the following set up on Facebook. The editorials, the first two are actually written. They've just been waiting to typed up, so I wasn't completely blowing smoke. They are ready to go out. We're just trying to push the page as much as we can. So if you want to help us with that, invite your friends, and hopefully everything's going to start taking off now. I'm getting some downtime. You're getting a little bit of downtime this week, aren't you?
A little bit, but
so hopefully he might actually post on Facebook, or the lazy bugger might for once.
Excuse me.
How many times have you posted?
I do post. He's the one who always advertises the show on YouTube. I believe that would be me.
Okay, so you post once a week.
I don't post once a week. I will be posting more. Anyway.
Thank you. So that's us done for today. I hope you've enjoyed. Leave us feedback. As I said last week, We want this to be the people's podcast.
Any feedback that you can literally give us, literally send it to us. We will listen to you. We will not just literally just go, oh, he doesn't know what he's on about. We listen to all comments. We listen to all reviews.
One of our listeners will actually vouch that they've contacted us a couple of times. She should know who she is if she's listening to us. She's contacted us a couple of times and we have answered back. Yeah, every time she's asked us something or recommended something, we have answered her back with a proper answer. So we do listen, we do answer it. I work funny hours, but if I'm travelling to work and I get a message, I'll answer you. If I'm travelling back from work, I'll answer you. If Matt's travelling to a wrestling show and he's got 5 minutes while he's changing his tights, he'll answer you. So just
listen,
we're open.
We are very open to suggestions. Of course, we're going to be open to suggestions. We want to make this the best show for you,
and that's us. So you'll find. So this will be out hopefully by Sunday night, Monday morning.
Yep.
We're going to try cover more SmackDown, possibly. I'm hoping to cover NXT next time we do this.
Hopefully, we should. Well, if you notice, I actually plugged it earlier.
Yeah, so I'm actually hoping doing NXT review because they've actually got the Divas tournament and some good stuff on.
And to be honest with you, their shows have been absolutely fantastic.
So that's us for this week. We look forward to your feedback. You can watch this on YouTube. It'll be up. We'll post the tags on Twitter and Facebook later on, and we'll look forward to comments.
So please support your British wrestling scene if there's any in your local area, and keep in touch with us at Breaking the Fourth Wall. That will be a goodbye from me,
and it's a goodbye from me. So we will see you later.
See ya.